So in our last session, we discussed about uh, basics of networking, right? So now you know what is IP address, what is private IP, what is public IP, what is MAC address. So we learned a lot of things, out there, the basics of networking. So guys, networking is also an ocean. Okay, networking is also an ocean where you can continuously learn for a lifetime. Okay, so that huge it is. But as much as possible, try to gain the knowledge from networking so that, guys, end of the day, what we are securing? We are securing a network. What is a network? Network is mixture of devices. The device, what a device might be a server, a laptop, a PC. Okay, servers. So servers do a lot of things. So they do store the data. They provide services, web applications, etc., etc. Most of the time, so web applications are very important. So every day in and out, we are working on web applications nowadays. Okay, so yeah, going forward, so there is one thing called open system interconnection. Okay, so there is one thing called open system interconnection. So which is it will give a clear idea on how our data is being transmitted. Okay, how our data is being transmitted. Okay, so that means, so from point A to point B. So if you have a car, if you want to start from your home and you will go to your friend's home, let's say 1 minute. Yeah. So this is point A and this is point B. Okay. So from here, if you want to go from point A to point B, so you want to reach your friend B and you are A. So if you have a car or your private means of transportation, if you have a private means of transportation, so it is directly like, you just go from A to B. So what if you are very far away and you are using public transport? Okay, okay. If you are using public transport, so what I mean, one second, yeah. So if you are using public transport, okay, if you are using public transport here, so guys, please let me know like how you'll reach from point A to B. So you will go to maybe point A1, from there point A to B1, B2, and then you will reach point B. It is just a simple example. So these are the layers that we have. Otherwise, I can give you another example as well. Uh, just a second, I will just erase this. Okay, so I can give you another example of a courier service. Okay, of a courier service. Guys, you have a courier at your place and you have to move it to point B. Okay, the same example. Okay, so if it is from different country, let's say it is coming from USA. Okay, it is coming from USA and you are in maybe Ghana or India. Okay, so if you are in India, so how this will be reaching you first? So from this courier center, the go down or that center, it will reach the courier, maybe the center point of that service. Okay, so the main courier service. So from there it will go to the airport. Okay, from there it will go to the airport from all the way around. So it will reach India airport, maybe New Delhi or Mumbai. So whatever it is. Okay, from there it has to reach some courier center, courier center here at India. Let's say it is Delhivery, Delhivery. So Delivery is an logistics company. So what they will do is they will ship your packages. Okay. So from here, the nearest location it will reach. From there, it will reach your home. So this is an example, right? So similarly, guys, here we used a means of transport, like maybe here a truck might be used. Okay, from there, a very big truck might be used. Okay, very big truck. So from here, a plane is used. Okay, from a aeroplane might be used. Okay, from there again, a big truck might be used here. Okay, big truck might be used here. Small trucks to deliver it to your home. So here, a lot of what I need to say, what I mean to say is, so we are changing the same package on different modes of transportation, right? So here also in communication, so here also we are doing communication. Okay, uh, this is OSI layers of communication. So I mean the connecting the layers of communication. So what does that means is, so we are talking about communication, guys, but here it is physical communication. Here we are talking about the network, the data communication. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So from here, if I want to communicate from point A to point B, some scientists divided this into 7 layers, guys. 7 layers. So, guys, let me know your guesses. Like from your mobile, if you send a message, from your mobile, you are sending a message to your friend. So, how this data will be going from here to from here? So, give an example. I will explain. Tell me wrong answers. I will, correct you. So, yeah, please. So, here is mobile A and here is mobile B. Let me take another pen. Yeah. So, this is mobile A and mobile B. Okay, you are sending a message. Please try to answer like how it will reach from point A to point B. We are just sending a message. Let's talk about WhatsApp message.
First, it will reach the server, I think.
Yes, okay.
I mean, server. After that, it sending to our person, which is sending.
So you mean to say our message will reach to our server and it will
Yes,
reach to the person B. Absolutely
yes,
correct. So what are the stages between the server and you might be there might be intermediate devices as well between the point A and the web application server or WhatsApp server, let's say WhatsApp server. You're absolutely correct. So this is the main, main frame where it is going from A server and then B. It is absolutely correct. So what do you think the intermediate devices are might be?
yes.
No, I mean,
Maybe
yeah, please.
compulsory. It has been internet. I think
Huh.
satellite.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, satellite.
Our internal. I mean, nearby our router first. After that, satellite.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah,
After that, their router.
yeah, yeah.
Then I
You're
mean,
getting it right.
router is called IP address. I think.
Right, absolutely correct.
After then, which is connected to their device, then send the.
Huh. So excellent, excellent. So here also there might be, the same way. Again, from here, the server it will reach. Once again, let me right show. Okay. So from here, yeah. So here also, it will reach the satellite again, and then, sorry, what's happening? So from here also, it will reach the satellite. What's happening, guys? Okay. Let me explain like this only. Okay, so from here also it will go to the satellite and then reach this point B. So he might also having the other router, he might also having the internet connection, right? So from the internet it is reaching to point B. Absolutely correct. So guys, your mindset is getting better day by day. I mean, so yesterday you are correlating whatever I thought yesterday to here you're applying that. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so coming up next topic is the OSLAS. So it will define how exactly is a communication happening. Okay, so how exactly is the communication happening is, so here I can show you one example. So this is point A and this is point B. Okay, so this is point A and this is point B. So let's take an example of Amazon.com. Okay, Amazon.com. So yesterday, what I told you, so computers or browsers don't know who is Amazon.com, but it will request an IP address for this. So what is name of that? Whom it will request the IP address? Browser will request IP address from whom?
Yes,
Whom it will request the IP address of Amazon.com. It will request to the DNS server.
wow.
Okay, DNS server. Yeah. So when it asks DNS server, it will give some IP. Maybe let's take it as x dot x dot x dot x. Okay, so this might be the IP. So I'm just giving random stuff. So guys, here whenever we are communicating, so what you will see first, probably a browser, right? So probably a browser. So browser, within the browser, an application will be the first thing that communication starts with. Okay, so whenever a communication is starting with, it will start with layer 7 application layer. So just forget about the numbering of that layer. I will explain you that layers why we are numbering. But whenever a communication is starting from point A, it will start from application layer. So what is the application here, guys? Within the
Amazon.
browser, we are trying Amazon.com, right? Amazon is the application here. It is a web application. Within the browser, we are trying to start that. Okay, so here the browser, within the browser, Amazon is the application layer. You understand what is this layer now? So guys, please try to understand this. So it took for me a month to understand, and I'm giving you very easy techniques to remember very easily. You can understand by today itself. No need to stress yourself. Okay, no need to stress yourself. Months to understand this. But yeah, so please pay attention here so that you can understand very easily. Okay, so layer 7 application layer. Now you know what is this application layer. What is this, guys? What falls under this? Browser plus a web application. I'm giving you an example. Okay, so I'm giving you an example. So guys, so after that, what do you think? Like, once you type it, and not every format, sorry, not every uh, thing will be in favor of you. I mean, in the format that you want it. So something will be in a JPG format, something will be in PDF format, but everything altogether coming in front of you and it is presenting in the HTML and CSS format, right? So you know what is HTML and CSS. Otherwise, I will explain that as well. So HTML and CSS. What is HTML and CSS, guys?
I have no idea about CSS, but I have idea about HTML. It's like a
Yes,
type
yes,
of
please.
coding.
Okay. So what is it used for? Yeah,
Sorry.
you are absolutely correct. It is part of coding, but what is it used for? What is it used for? Yeah, please give me wrong answers, guys. If you know something, yeah, please let me know. Otherwise, it's very good.
It is used to create the static web pages.
Absolutely. So it is not only the static web pages, it is used to create web page. Okay. So even if it is not static, it is a dynamic. So we will be using HTML there, but we are making dynamic in different way. Okay. So yeah, a very good, Sika. Yeah, no worries. So this will come into the picture here. So there are a lot of things that will come in the presentation layer. That means how we are presenting the data. Okay, how we are presenting the data. So we call it a syntax layer as well. Okay, syntax layer. Okay. So guys, again, let's forget about this here. We have a lot of PDF, JPEG, MPEG, SSH, SSL. So a lot of things will come into the picture here. Just assume that a video will be in which format? Normally, any video will be in which format? So, most probably it is MPV4 or some other format. So we are just talking about that. So that kind of format. So please, this layer is not that important here. I mean, with respect to security, we will discuss about this later. So this is important again. So session, what is meant by session, guys? Now also we are taking a session. What is meant by session? Normal English meaning? Normal English meaning of a session.
Particular
Guys,
period of time.
yes, absolutely correct. Any other additional stuff to that? Particular period of time means we have a start time and we have an end time. So what are we doing here in between? Let's say this is OSI layer session. Okay, so this is an OSI layer session. This is a day three or day four. Yeah, whatever it is. So this is a day three OSI layer session. So we are discussing about OSI layer, right? So we have a start time. We started at 8 o'clock and we have an end time. We are ending at 9 o'clock, right? So this 1 hour we'll be discussing about OSI layer. Similarly, guys, here we have session layer where we establish a session where we establish a session with point A and point B. We will start our session here. We will start our session here, and then we will communicate. So how we are going to communicate with these four layers? We are these three layers, the top three layers, I mean the layer 7, layer 6, layer 5 are called application layers, and then the bottom four layers are called as network layers. Okay, network layers. So yeah, session layer is nothing but try to understand very simply, guys. So we are establishing a session. Okay, we are having a start point, we are discussing something, and we are ending something. Okay, ending that session. So this is an entire session life cycle. Okay, any doubts here? I will explain you again very clearly how this the one complete flow from point A to point B, so that you can understand very clearly. Any questions here, guys?
No.
Yeah, cool. Here, the API sockets and all will come. So if I tell you now, it will go on top of your head. So with respect to network security or network or cyber security, most probably we will be focusing on these four layers, guys. Most probably we will be focusing on these four layers. Okay, so these are four layers that we will be focusing on. Okay, so now the transport layer comes into the picture. So what is transport layer? So now, this application, that means this now the the data is crossing from the browser. It has crossed from the, so till here, right? It is happening only on your system. Okay, till here, it is only happening on your system. From here, in these four layers, it will be on your network. Okay, so this is happening on your system, and this is happening on your network. Okay, I will just clear the drawing. But it will not be very clumsy. Any questions, guys? Good. No worries. Give me a second. Yes, again, now you're back. So, the layer four, the transport layer, this is very important. So, this will starts the this will starts the communication, whether it will decide what type of communication I have to do. So here it will come two topics. One is called TCP and UTP. So TCP called as transmission control protocol, and UDP called as user datagram protocol. Okay, so user datagram protocol. So don't worry about the names. They are little tricky to understand. I mean, they don't mean anything with the name, but I will explain. I will give you very simple example. Guys, if if a person A, let's say Bala, want to talk with me. So Bala, how you will initiate your conversation? Bala is talking to Kamal. So you call me on my mobile, and then how our uh, communication will start.
Hi Kamal, how are you?
Yeah, you said hi Kamal, how are you? And what I will say, hi Bala, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Hi, I'm good. How are you? Okay, Kamal is telling that. So again, what Bala will tell? Okay, yeah, I'm also doing good. I'm doing good too. So let's talk about this topic, right? So similarly, guys, here also here they are establishing a connection. So they are establishing a connection. Okay, we are just naming that as layer 4. So here point A, okay, point A will send an synchronized packet, okay, synchronized packet to point B. Okay, so to point B. So synchronize is nothing but saying hi. Okay, saying hi. So from B to it will say syn ack. So this you have to remember, guys. This you have to remember. That's it. There is no alternative for that. I'm giving you on top of that. I'm giving you examples as well. So how you have to remember. So this is like saying hello. So Kamal is telling Bala hello. Okay. So again, so Bala will tell ack. So syn ack means synchronization acknowledged. Syn means synchronized. Ag again means acknowledged. Okay, so ag again means acknowledged. So now an session will be established here. Okay, now a connection is established here from point A to point B. So ag means once ag is sent, once ag is sent, the communication will start. We will exchange whatever the data that is required. So in UDP, so I'm a mad guy. Okay, I'm a mad guy. I'm just talking in one-way communication, and I'm not even worrying about Bala. Okay, let's say hi Bala, how are you? I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay, yeah, cut. I will cut the call. So something like that. So UDP, it will wait. It will not ask for any communication or acknowledgement. It is just sending the packets. It is just sending the packets here and there. Okay, from point A to point B, it will just send the data. Okay, it will just send the data. Okay, yeah. So guys, here what is the difference means? Here normal communication we will use TCP. So for normal communication we will use TCP where we don't want any data loss. So if you are affording any data loss, let's say you are watching a live streaming or a live match, so, data will be transferred in form of packets, guys. Packets. Okay, so packet. So this is packet one, packet two, packet three, packet four, right? So if this is first minute, let's say this is first minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute. So I'm just giving an example. So which packet should reach first out of these four
One.
minutes? Of course, one. So one should reach first, next, second, next third, next four. Otherwise, this will be a clumsy video. Okay, so normally packets reach one after another, one before another. So because they will take different paths to reach from point A to point B. Just like we take shortcuts, right? So within the internet also, so it is not there will be no defined path. Okay, it will go here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there, but it will reach point B. Okay, from point B, so it can take this path, it can take this path, it can take here and come here. So similarly, we take shortcuts, right? So in network also, the path is not defined correctly. So it will take shortcuts to reach B in minimum required time. Okay, in minimum time. But if packet two comes before packet one, what happens, guys? Video will be clumsy. So we will not play that. We will not be able to play that video. So UDP come into the picture. So what UDP will do is, so it will send packet one, it will send packet two, it will send packet three without even worrying about the response from point B, whether it received packet one, two, three or not. But it will keep on sending. Here on point B as well. So whatever the packet is coming, right? If it is greater than that, okay. So if it is one, it will play. If two is missing and three, it got three, it will play three by skipping two. You understand here? Any doubt? It will not play two because it doesn't have two. It didn't get two, and it will play one after three. So what happens here? A buffering might happen or a flicker might happen. Buffering or flicker. So while watching, so nowadays the internet is very fast. Maybe in the old day, earlier days, maybe a decade or half decade ago, 5 years ago. So you might have observed some flickers on live video. Okay, a video will be coming. Suddenly there will be a flicker. So that means, some packets are being missed because of huge traffic. So the second packet might go missing, and the video will play continually. But if we are using TCP, right, even though if we have third and fourth packet, we will be waiting for second packet. Okay, so normal communication we can use like browsing and all. Will be using TCP only. But if you are using any streaming, right, any YouTube streaming or any live application, there and UDP will be used. Okay, UDP will be used. So these are the techniques. You have to just imagine. Okay, this is being used. Okay, that is being used. Nothing major there. Okay, uh, we'll go here layer by layer. You will understand. Oh, sorry, I will come from here. Yeah, presentation it's done. Okay, whatever we are just talking about the formats. I don't want to go in deep on that. And session layer, so we do synchronization there. So okay, we talked about that. And then TCP UDP in transport layer, we just talked about that. Okay, so where TCP used, where UDP used, what is the application of UDP? What is the use of UDP? Any live transmission, where you can afford data loss, where you can afford data loss. Okay, yeah. So the network layer, guys, this is the most important. We yesterday we talked, right? So again, the networking will lay the networking topic, the ocean, will revolve around this, layer 3, layer 4, layer 2, layer 1. Okay, that four layers, the top, down four layers, the first four layers, I could say, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. So guys, here, what I could say, we are doing routing. Okay, we are doing routing. So we are doing routing here. So now we defined what type of transportation we have to do. Now we define what type of transportation we have to do. So let's assume it is TCP only. Okay, let's assume it is TCP only. Now it is fixed, and since SYNAC ACK is established, since SYNAC ACK is established. Now, guys, okay, now a connection is established from A to B. Now we will take how our data has to be routed from point A to point B. Okay, from point A to point B. Okay, so in your home, what you have, Bala, you just said from it might reach your Wi-Fi. So from point A, it might reach your Wi-Fi and it might reach the server, right? So, and it will reach the point B. So here we are not talking about the point B. So we are talking about the communication between point A and B. So here point A is you and point B could be a server most probably. Okay. So all the time. So it is a client server communication we are talking about. We are talking about here. One second, one second, one second. Yeah. So client server model we are talking about in OSI model. So from here as well, we will define again that layers also I will explain to clear the communication. From from server, it will reach point B, right? So from server, it will reach point B. So here also the OSI layers will come, all the 7 layers from here, if, for everywhere from it is transferring from point A to point B, all the 7 layers will come into the picture. Okay, all the 7 layers will come into the picture. Okay, now we are talking about a router. Now we are talking about a router. Okay, after finishing all the 7 layers, I will come in a reverse order so that you can understand properly. Okay, so that you can understand properly. Uh, so yeah, in this router, what it will doing is, so it will decide which path it has to take next. Okay, it will decide which path it has to take next. If it has to go to the internet, if it has to go to the internet, it will be having its own path, right? So people, sorry, your ISP might have connected it through a cable. It will take that cable and go outside to Airtel main office, and from there it will be routed to the server somehow. Okay, So if not, you by yourself hosted a server, your own server, okay, and then if you are requesting to this server IP address, to this server host name, so what it will be doing, first it will take the request, it will check the IP address, it will see where that IP address is, it will send the request within your network. So what this is called, so this is internet. What is this called? What is this? If it is going outside, it is internet. If we are taking our own server, if we are, our own server is serving our requests, what is that? What is this network called? This is internet. If it is going outside, yes. What is this? Guys, easy. What is this?
Is it intranet?
Exactly. It is intranet. Guys, it is not necessarily the server could be always in the internet. You can also host a server. I will make that, and I will show you how a server look like. We will host a web application server as well. Okay, we will host a web application server as well, and we will be attacking that web application server down the line in our course. Okay, maybe from next week we will be attacking on. We will be doing all the attacks. Okay, so we will be doing most practicals. Okay, so this within the internet it will route. So that is a work of router. So it has to show the route. That means it has to show the pathway. Okay, coming from here. Okay, it will check for the IP. It will check where that IP is. So guys, I will give you some homework. So routing table. Okay, so please go through this routing. What is routing table? So it is nothing but, guys. Okay, if it is coming from so and so IP, send this to this port. Okay, send this data to port 1. If it is coming from X, port 2, Y, port 3. So you might have seen some jacks where you can connect to the router, right? So some wires will be connected to the router. So the port is not there. The port is nothing but that one. Okay, where you can connect your wire. So send it to that wire 1, wire 2, wire 3. So router's work is that thing. We have to configure router in such a way that, okay, if it is coming, if it is a request is coming to this server, send it to wire 2. Let's say wire 2. This server is connected to the router on wire 2. It will send to the wire 2 only. Okay, so I'm trying to explain you in simple term. So it's a very big concept. Again, the routing table is very big concept. So routing and routing table is very big. Please go through David Bombal or network check videos. So these, I mean, I like these guys very much. They explain very clearly about all the networking concepts, guys. Please go through that videos as well. Okay. So yeah. So this is routing. So this is part of layer 2. Okay. So once this is completed, so this is part of sorry, layer 3. This is routing. Okay. So IP addresses come into the picture here. Okay. IP address come into the picture. So a router know this IP, it will send to server, or it will send to the internet where this Amazon.com is there. Okay, it will send to the internet. It will send to the internet. So that is routing. That is part of layer 3. Okay, that is part of layer 3. And yeah, let's go to next layer. Sorry, yeah, I'm going to downward side. So data link layer, guys. So here yesterday, if I remember, I talked about MAC addresses, right? MAC addresses. So here, you know, earlier we used to have router plus a switch, if you remember. There will be two devices for an internet. Nowadays, it all happening within the same device, routing and switching happening in the same device. So it is nothing but it is also similar to routing, but The only difference is here the IP addresses are taken. The routing will be happening with respect to IP addresses. In data link layer, it is happening with respect to MAC addresses. Okay, so here it's nothing but guys. It's nothing but here you have an laptop, another laptop, mobile. Okay, you have a mobile. You have a router here. Okay, now you know the IP address. It will match with the yesterday I talked about roll number and name. So here the roll number is MAC address and the name is IP address. So it will both match. This itself it will match. This itself, the router itself will match the IP address and the MAC address both, and it will send to the laptop one. Okay, if it is coming for laptop one, if it is coming for laptop two or going from laptop two, it will take the MAC address of this router because the next hop or the next step. So remember this word hop. So hop means hopping from here to here. The frog hops. So that word, uh, if I'm sending the data outside of my network, I mean outside of my laptop, it will reach the router first. So because that will be my default gateway. Okay, so it will reach the router first and it will reach my router. Okay, so here, which MAC address my laptop will consider? Please give me wrong answers. I'm not worried. Please. So if I want to go to the router, which address I have to consider? Which MAC address and which IP address I have to consider? Whose MAC address and whose IP address I have to consider? I'm going to the router or internet. So the next gateway is my router. Whose address I have to consider here?
The device address.
Which device address, Saujanya?
I did not get your question properly. So
Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, I will explain my question very clearly. So now Amazon.com, I have to reach. Okay, Amazon.com, I have to reach. So an IP address will be given for this Amazon.com, right? So what is this IP address? Let's say XYZA. Okay, XYZA is the IP address. And if I'm going from my laptop is here, it is connected to a Wi-Fi router. Okay, Wi-Fi router. So which IP address will be considered and which MAC address will be considered to reach to go to Amazon.com? Amazon.com is here, let's say.
Our router IP address and MAC address.
Till MAC address it is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Till
IP
MAC address
address
it
of
is
our
correct.
laptop.
No, IP address we are reaching. No, this is the source. We don't need the source, right? So we need the destination.
Okay.
Okay, so think like that. Okay, think like that.
Got it.
So for
MAC address of router, and as it
yeah,
needs to reach to Amazon, it needs a
yeah,
Amazon IP address.
exactly. So why it don't need a router's IP? Router will also have an IP address. Why it don't need router IP address? Why we don't need a router IP address is also a thought process. Yeah, please go ahead.
You're already connected that IP addresses.
Right, that is correct. So let me tell you in a different way. Okay, so yesterday, if you guys remember, I told you to communicate adjacently. If I want to communicate my adjacent device, so if there is laptop too, okay, I am communicating with my MAC address, not my IP address. Okay, so if I'm coming this routing table I just mentioned, right? This routing table, okay, a routing table, it will be like, okay, this MAC address one, IP address one, MAC address two, IP address two. So this will be stored in the router. Okay. So whenever I'm giving my IP address, anyways, I will be give my destination IP address. Destination IP address. So let's say I'm communicating from laptop one, right? Laptop one is IP1, laptop two is IP2. So from laptop one, I will be giving IP2. So if I'm giving IP2, it will come here and it will search for, in the table, it will search for IP address 2 and what is the MAC address associated with that. And it will send to here. So if it is an IP address which is not there in this table, that means if it has to go to internet. That's the logic, right? So if it has an IP address, if it has an IP address here, that means okay, this guy, this router, let me go to notepad, guys. One second, I will explain you very clearly. Okay, so guys, laptop 1, laptop 2, my router, internet. Okay, so if I want to communicate from A to B, which IP address I have to give? Which IP address I have to give?
B IP address.
Exactly, B IP address. So within this router, right? So there will be a table, okay, a note, just like a table, phone book. So a name and then IP address. Sorry, name and phone number. Similarly, IP address and MAC address. IP address and MAC address. Okay. So it will check for the IP address of B. Let's say it is matching with IP2 is matching with M2. It will go to the M2 because this is M2. This is M1, MAC address 1, IP1. Okay, IP2. You understand now? So similarly, this router knows only the devices which are there in this intranet. What if I'm asking for Amazon.com? Amazon.com is IP, let's say XYZA. Yeah. So this IP address will definitely will not be in this router. So where it will go? There comes a concept called as default gateway. Okay, default gateway. That means if you know, you send it to your home. It's like within, there is a very big apartment, guys. It's like there is a very big apartment, 2, 3 apartments, let's say. You are going and asking your watchman. So, okay, do you know this guy in that apartment? Or you're just asking if there are anybody with a name called Kamal in this apartment or within our community. These guys say no. There are no such person called as Kamal in our apartment anywhere in any flat. Okay. So now what I will be doing, I'll be searching outside, right, in different apartments or different community. So similar. One second, I'll just clear these drawings. Okay. Similarly, this is internet. Okay. Similarly, here also the default gateway means whenever you don't know someone from your home, I'm going outside and asking them. Okay, I'm going outside to look after them. Now you understand, guys, what is no, probably better than yesterday. Now you got the clear understanding on internet today, better than yesterday, right? Yeah. We'll go to uh, the data link layer. Now you understand why where the data link layer is used on the switches. So nowadays you are not seeing any switches here. So guys, mm, 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 in any offices or some places you will be seeing like this very big box. Lot of wires will be there in that box, and then big boxes will be there in that, right? Have you seen like this any server hub?
Yes,
So
I have seen.
they are routers and switches, guys. They are routers and switches, most probably. Okay, so switches will just route the traffic from here and there, from point A to point B or point A to another router. So similarly, so just try to understand this happens in layer 2. That's it. We are not going in depth of networking. Okay, so yeah, I will explain every layer at once how it happens so that you can understand properly. Yeah. So again, now layer 1 come to the picture. This is the last layer your data will be flowing. So they are your wires, wireless as well. Wireless also is layer 1, the physical layer itself. Okay, so that means your data is going on bits and bytes, bits and bytes. So that means, guys, any wire, what it will carry, guys, is it carrying your, message as it is? If I'm saying hi, my wire is carrying hi. Can my wire carry hi? What can a wire carry, guys? What can a wire carry?
Uh,
Normally, what wires carry, guys?
Data.
Data is correct. I mean, normal wires in your home, what it will carry? Normally in your home, what a wire can carry? Normal,
Power.
electric, exactly,
Power.
power, electrical power. So here, with use of that, guys, with use of that, we are leveraging, to transmit our data. Yeah, data is correct. End of the day, we are transmitting data. So how we are transmitting data, guys? With the feature called 0 and 1. Power off and power on. Okay. So one anyways means all the time it means one. Sorry, on. 0 means off. Okay. Power, no power. Power, no power. Power, no power. Something like that. Okay. So lot of things will be happening in the back end, guys. Lot of things will be happening in the background which we don't know, but we are just sending our messages from point A to point B. A lot of things will be happening here and there which we don't care about, which we don't have to care about. So but as a security engineer, knowing these things is very important, because guys, we will be dealing with day in and out these things only. Okay, so yeah, knowing this is better than knowing nothing. So it's not like, you will get an interview question here and you will be working on connecting wires. No, you will not be connecting any wires, but knowing this is very important. Okay. So now you understand in which layer what happens. Now let us discuss. Okay. Now let us discuss 1 second. I'm looking for one picture. Yeah. Let me clear all the drawings. Sorry. Just give me a minute. Okay. I'll just copy this image itself. I just need that image. Yep. Okay. So yeah, guys, I said like we are communicating from point A to point B. So we have divided to understand better and to troubleshoot better. So what is troubleshooting? What is troubleshooting, guys?
if there is any issue,
Right.
how did it happen? So we
How?
are just investigating.
Investigating. Absolutely excellent. Investigating. So, guys, if there is a problem in wire, there is a problem in wire, and if your internet is, this layer, physical layer to physical layer, it will connect. Okay, physical layer to physical layer, it will connect. So if there is any problem in the wire, so do you think working on these applications, sorry, these all other 6 layers is important? Of course not. Okay, of course not. Because if there is any wire, go repair the wire. So that is the reason, that is the main purpose. They have divided the communication into 7 layers. If there is any problem in the layer 7, maybe in your browser, some settings, cache issue, or some browser is not working properly, it's not upgraded, or whatever the reason might be. If it is not working, going and repairing the cables could fix the issue? No, of course not. Okay, so it will not fix the issue. So, this is very important when it comes to the troubleshooting. So identify which layer it might be first. It might be, and also you can't go directly on which layer. So with at least we know we can divide whether it's in application layers or the network layers. Okay, let's confirm it is not with the application. It might be with the network. Okay, whether it's on the routing, sorry, whether it's on the transport layer, whether it's TCP, UDP protocols that they're affecting, or is it network? That means, IP address or routers, it is causing the issue. A data link, I mean, are switching causing the issue, or the physical. That means wires causing the issue. So we can find out, right? So that is the purpose of uh, we having that is the purpose of we having this layers. Okay, so that's the purpose of we having this layers. Now let's talk about point when it reaches to point B, how it reaches point till your browser. So when I say layer 7, it is browser. This is physical wire. So now you try to explain, guys, from wire where it will reach. So you have a wire outside of your home. Now from there where it is reaching.
It will reach to
Yeah.
later. It will reach to data link.
Okay. No, I mean, you can tell generally like what you see with your naked eyes. It will reach a router, right? So nowadays, as I said, nowadays routers and switches are happening in the same device. Routing and switching is happening in the same device. But yeah, this will, yeah. So from here, it will send you to your laptop. Okay. So here, already this is between this and this. This is between these two. So here, the network layer will send you to your laptop. Once it reaches your laptop, this everything will happen in your browser. It will parse the format, and it will show you in a very good HTML format. But if we see, guys, if we see, 1 second, let me open any of the browser. Control Shift I. Okay, so this is a code that is coming from zoom.com. I mean, US06 web.zoom.com, sorry, zoom.us. And we are getting this page. Let us say, let us go to another page, amazon.com. So if I press Control Shift I, if I just inspect that, what it is showing, all this message, all this code it is showing, all this HTML, JavaScript, everything, CSS it is showing. Okay, and then but what you are seeing, this is the presentation layer, guys. So this is a presentation. So you are getting some random data from the server. So this is a data that you are getting from the server, and this is how it is being represented. Okay, this is how it is being represented. Okay, any doubts here? So these three layers happening here. So here the point A is for that example, that Amazon example, point A is server, point B is you. Okay, because you already requested, and then now you are receiving the data. Every time whenever I'm talking about point A, point B, always point A might be the client, point B might be the server. Okay, so just remember like this. So here we already requested the data. From here again, it is not backwards. It will not, yeah, we can take it as backwards as well. So from here again, layer 7, layer 6, layer 6, so it will go like this. So from here, when you are requesting, it is going like this to the server. Let's take it as server, this as client. Okay, client, server, response, sorry, request and response. So which one is response? In response, what is the flow, guys? Sorry, in request, what is the flow? Can anyone unmute yourself and tell me in request what will be the flow?
Data or internet.
Yes, I mean from point A to point B with these layers, what will be the flow? Just now I told you. Yeah, let me explain. So here in our request, what we are requesting and whom we are requesting data to server, right? So here it is requesting in this direction. That means layer 7, layer 6, layer 5, layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1, and wires it will go to layer 1 of the server. It will go to the layer 1 of server, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5, layer 6, layer 7. Okay. So at the same time, the response also should be coming in the same direction. Okay. It will come in up, I mean, the same way, but in opposite direction. Okay. So it is like request and response, right? But in the response, it will start from server B, that means point B, layer 7. But in request, it will start from layer 7, but point A. That means client A. Now you understand? So this is a flow. This is a flow for request. So this is request. This is response. Any questions, guys? Any questions? So this is a very, very, very important topic. Please go through this video again and again. Please also go through some videos in the internet. Please try to understand this topic. This is very important. That's why I'm stressing you. Actually, I covered this topic in the networking basics itself, just because this is very important. I took a whole class, whole session on this. That important is this one, OSI layers. So any questions? Any question? Yeah, guys. Tomorrow is India holiday, 15th August. So if you guys are available, I am available. I'm okay to take the session. If anybody want leave holiday, I mean, it's a long weekend, right? So I'm just, if anybody want holiday, please let me know. Otherwise, we will continue our session as usual. Okay, we'll continue our session as usual. If anybody aren't available, it's just only 1 hour, right? So you can, I think you can spare, but yeah, I don't want to stress you. So you can go through the recordings, as I don't have any votes to cancel the class. So probably for this weekend, so I will give you some tasks. I will give you recordings. I don't want to waste time, installing our lab setup. So I will record myself today or tomorrow, and I will provide you the recordings. Okay, so that you can go ahead, install the lab. It's very easy, guys. It's very easy to install the lab. And I will explain you clearly before going into the lab. I will explain you how our lab setup is, and then I will provide you that videos to install the labs. Okay, the requirement at least is like have an 8 GB RAM, 256 GB SSD or 500 GB HDD. So this is R. You can have anything. So my configuration is this. It runs very good, and I'm running on I think i5 itself. Yeah, i5 processor. If you are using Mac, it's well and good. Mac works properly. Uh, Anybody using Mac, guys? Anyone? Okay, there are no votes. I mean, so I will just record it for Windows itself. So I have Windows. So if you want Mac as well, it's very similar, guys. It's very similar once you install the applications. There's no much, tricky part there, but I will explain you how our lab looks like, and then I will ask you to install it. Okay. So tomorrow will be like that. Tomorrow, that's our tomorrow's agenda. Yeah. Any questions? Also, once we start our lab practice, right, after a week, maybe by end of next week, we will start preparing our resumes as well. Because we don't have to wait till end of this course to complete just to prepare a resume. We can do it parallelly. so that we can focus on that as well. Okay, so even if you get an interview call, they will not schedule it for immediately, right? So we will ask some time, at least a week or two, and then we will prepare for that. So we will save some time there. Okay, any questions? If no questions, we are good.